talk to the fairies. We're going to the fairy kingdom today. So for your attention. Alright. Oh, look at me, I have a task for you. Okay. Village. I want always look lovely. And if you can't lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than ever blooms. Alright, so I'm gonna have to look for river blooms. Alright, fair enough. They're over there then. And the other river blooms at the other end of the map. There we go. Yeah, no problem. I helped you with the flowers. Yeah. All houses are touched. Lovely, don't you think? They're lovely. I'm just gonna use the map to get to the other one. There it is. They're waiting. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. Yeah, maybe I'll make pretty curtains. I'll talk to Soul and back again. You're done sowing seeds? Thank you. This shall help live up this name, which means flower house, in case you weren't aware. Fair enough. Land of everlasting spring is our own, and it could be yours too, forever and ever. And ever. Yes, forever and ever and ever. Talk to this one here, our Sigun's plea. Ode to Sigun. Hopes of interest for your kindness. Alright. Mortal Monroe, hear my plea. 5 precious children are thirsty, and I need you to bring them water. I do live, and you're standing up at the village. Where are they? Right. The children have a good drenching. But be warned, food will make their home in the lake, and they tend to play rough, so have care. I'm assuming you're going to be hunting monsters then. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay, is there... No, it's just a bit too far away. No, that's fine. Okay, so it should be around there somewhere. Okay, so it's by Long Mirror Lake. That's a bit far from here, though. So I have to go like this again. Let's go. Jump! The March of Marchiones. What the heck is that? Is it the hunt monsters? Draw water from... Okay, I have to be careful of monsters. Hello, Indeed. How you doing? Indeed looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's a pretty cool monster. Hey, don't attack me, I was just looking. Destination. There we go. It's a beautiful lake. Look at this lake. This is pretty cool. Oh god. This thing's attacking me. Frogs? You get attacked by frogs. leaf man. Yeah. They're called leafmen? So this thing is a leafman. Oh, that's why it's holding a sword. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't notice that. You notice those bushes? They're like holding swords. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's go talk to old Siku. Do we have water? Thank you very much. You're all very dear to us. They wandered into Elmeg as stray mortals. We were attached to them and decided to take them in. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we'd hope. It's never too late, of course. No thanks. We don't want to become trees. Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to become a tree. Alright, now we gotta go. Do the truth. On to the truth. Gotta talk to Tancred. Tancred, how you doing? Any progress? How goes it, Pat? Everything's good. Six menial tasks and pranks. Huh. That pretty much sums up my own experience. Yeah, no troubles already of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. How much more there is to be done? The answer is the same, a little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. Urianger told me a story about the Pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it's believed. Though they don't have memories of their previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. So they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. Soul was likened to a core that resides in the Aether. As from beings as sprites and arcane entities. When death said the core ordinarily dissipates alongside the Aether that composes the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm. Of certain merits. Interesting. I think you become that which you fear most, brother dearest. The Pixies may have come into being. If we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Yeah, we must negotiate new terms with the creatures, but where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter Pixie who seemed even faintly amenable to reason? Fuel? Or do you knew a Pixie from before? Not only are you acquainted, but you've entered into a pact. You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I hope this will offer us a way out. Without further delay, summon this Faerie, if you please. The chance mode say in your keyboard. Enter Fatal Rule to summon your pixie friend at the designated location. Something has finally remembered about her lovely branch. But with such a half-hearted call, she may as well lock me off and cast me inside. I have no sapling. Please, Ninja, please. What's your idea of a fervent call? Sudden lock could do with more fire. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You're late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting.
Sorry, I didn't think about summoning you. We were busy with doing chores.
But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing she is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood. All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Well. If it isn't Theo, the mold feel. It's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself. Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, she will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No! No, you can't keep them either! They're for my amusement and mine alone! And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of her bag all over your precious village. There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that,
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Uriangers?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
Aye! We'll reveal the hidden furnick to you at once.
So this is the true Ilmeg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
Sure thing, Fiolo. Talk to Tancred now. For often honest's sake, let us be quick. It would be a shame to return only to find that they have been made to play one game too many. Now, the place we seek is the abandoned manor of a nobleman and scholar. The bookman's shelves. It's called after the fellow's vast collection of tomes. Maybe we'll have that for a friend, I'm sure you'll agree. Alright, let's go. Gotta go speak with Tancred over there. And these two are in the middle of an illusion. They can't even see us, which is pretty cool. Let's talk to Tancred. Ah, here they are. So I'll give you a tumble abode. Come, let's get into his home. Alright.
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends her way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon. Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Run along, Minfilia. We'll meet you outside.
But...
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already? That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th umbral calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile: Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed, for spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee. An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart? Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active; umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. It was only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
We would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Ilneg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Uriangers, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
Hey, Uriangers is gonna join us. That's gonna be epic. Complete. RJ fixes you with his gaze. Friend and speak detached. It would pose What takes out of mine appearance? Looks pretty cool. Did you take up astrology? Did you lose weight? Did you take up astrology? Indeed, though that might be lost behind the shroud of blind light, doubt, but not. Stars shine still. I have chosen to avail myself of the guidance that I might navigate the seas of uncertainty that stretch beyond before us, for a blessing my prior studies of astrology did provide me with adequate grounding in the art. But enough of myself, let us now speak of your task. As I mentioned, if we are to enter Uriangers, we must needs chain the Pixies' cooperation. It is a simple matter of presenting them unto them a suitable gift. Shall procure a selection of viands that shall please your palates. Tancred, pray assist me in this endeavor. bid thee obtain that which will please their eyes in these parts. Derivatives are vile known of its beauteous wings to Hawker. I shall lend thee a replicable but in which capture. Okay. Thank you, Urianger. Sounds good. Now where do I have to go? Use the Charlene box to capture a weakened Hawker. Interesting. Yeah, that's light. That's wind, fire, water, earth, darkness. Alright. Siege reduces a dull and dull, a mind to decorate, make it bright and beautiful. First of all, we need some railway leads. A pretty little plant that grows in the water. We usually trade with the fort if, but seeing as you can't swim, you can harvest some for us. Sure, let's go get it. I'll go harvest it. Where is it? There will weeds over there. Alright, let's go get them. Oh, there's some railweed there. Pretty big railweed. And then we should get some over there as well. Oh, it's like a big city here. It's like a sunken city. Like everything's just. Look at this shit. Just a big giant city that's sunking to the bottom of the lake. Should manage to find the railweeds. Yes, here we go. Hand over. Look at these lilies. I'll enchant these at once. Make it so they can grow outside the water, and then plant them here and there. Meanwhile, I want you to decorate these snug blooms. as to where they should go. Oh yes, the stairs. That's a dull spot. That's ripe for some cheer. When you finish, come and let me know. Put a smile on your scowly face. And will want to stay here forever and ever. You're welcome to stay too, of course. There's plenty of room for you and all your friends. It's a pretty nice view up here. Pretty nice place. Is there more Aether currents around? To the east. I think that's on the other side of the lake. Or it's up there, maybe. We'll just go over here then first. The Charlian box to catch our weakened hawker. Sounds easy. There we go. Just gotta bring it to Uriangers. Hard return. We're not able to capture a hawker. Do this and over. Truly magnificent set of wings. I shall treat them at once to make fast their vibrant colors. Tancred too should return anon, on which I shall ready all the items for your presentation. Great time, ease meanwhile.
"'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts."
Stunned, the pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts.
Ah, lest I forget. White auracite, newly forged for thy use. Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary, our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
May I come in now?
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
I did as you asked.
That's my girl, thank you. I should probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me. Which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire. Hast thou spoken to her of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. 'Twas there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Our Minfilia, right? From the source. She sacrificed herself to save this world.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel. One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
What happened?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it. I have told her many things, where we came from, what we fight for, but of that day, I have not spoken.
How do you want this to end?
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Lida Loran.
Must be how it got its name. Interesting. Let's read some books. Time Worm Chronicle. The Time Worm. To His Grace was named Royal Highness Princess Janina, daughter of the King, 3 generations prior. The dark of night, that mountain master catches the light, or shines forth the castle, giving an impression of the princess' beautiful eyes of jade. Jade, that sounds lovely. If the princess were here, I would ask her for them. Wait, for the eyes? Okay. It's kind of weird. On the occasion of Sri Hanjatiya, the founding vow, a grand celebration was held at Unguj village. No expenses was spared over the course of the festivities. Guests were lavishly feasted and curricle of wondrous performances. Yet amidst the pomp and pageantry, naught was more stirring than the recitation of the oath and covenant. Honor of the alliance between Jar and John. Right. That's understandable. Strange name mortals have. Ilmag sounds pretty much Much prettier. It means the kingdom of rainbows. Lesson to learn lots of new things today. Things the others don't know. I'm going to go and share it with everyone. They'll think I'm so clever. I'll become the darling of Little Land. Hee hee. People in the past, but they weren't at least a bit impressed. Oh, should we pay any mind to those who are long dead? Much more than fun thinking up new riddles while sipping nectar. We found this really sweet smelling flowers recently. No, I don't want to join you. I want to admire you. You don't admire me. Stranger, I'll soothe yourself. Well, got some progress at least. That didn't work well. They didn't think a bit better of me. But I won't give up. Not yet. I'm going to be popular by my words. Keep at it then. We'll continue this next time on Final Fantasy XIV. We'll explore the rest of the Fairy Kingdom. Try to find the entrance to this castle over there that we see over there, the big giant castle. Trying to find a way to get there. And yeah, we'll do this next time on Final Fantasy XIV. See ya.